Hand over to Adriana, and also welcome Leonard. Hi, Leonard.
Hello, Leonard, from me as well. Okay,
Hi, hi.
I will share now my screen. Uh, just a moment. So how it's now?
That looks good.
Okay, just a little bit of. Okay, now you see the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So again, to introduce myself, I'm Adriana Paneva. I'm part of Blok Kino team from Sofia, Bulgaria. So I will tell you more about our events. So what we are doing in Blok Kino, we are doing cinema where there is no cinema. I mean, you will see some pictures. So we are bringing technical equipment, we are bringing chairs, and movie. So we are creating an outdoor or indoor cinema. Who is behind the project? Like a short introduction of me and our organization. Behind Blok Kino is as NGO. We have been founded in 2013. In the beginning, we were just a group of friends that decided to create something together. And we have different professions. Now, Blok Kino and our organization are part of our work as well. Why we started it? Because we really think that art can and in fact is changing people perspective, people life, giving them more knowledge and making them developing their imagination. We wanted to promote art in a wide audience. This is why we organize events where no one is doing it. In neighborhoods, in remote neighborhoods, and other interesting places. You will see pictures in a while. And just a second. So here are some of our projects. In connection with the March of the Books, I have finished book publishing. For years, I'm following the March of the Books and think it's a great event. Our first project is called A5, and it was connected with encouraging reading. We wanted to show how you can read with your five senses. We made it in a park in Sofia called West Park. It's in a kind of remote neighborhood. Again, there we have different events outdoor. One of them was with the Braille alphabet. We were showing people how, in fact, you can write and read with the Braille alphabet. Then we start Blok Kino, our main event, creating cinema outdoor and indoor. And last year we started Kino, which is another series of events that are dedicated to American documentary cinema. As I say, what is Blok Kino? Outdoor and indoor screening of new Bulgarian movies with free entrance in various districts of Sofia. This is pretty important. We're trying, and all of our events are free of charge for the people who are visiting them. These are pictures from some of our screenings in Sofia. So this is another picture. One of them is in neighborhood called Zona Bepet and the newest park in Sofia, and another one is in neighborhood called Druzhba. Some figures for Blok Kino, what we've made for 5 years. We made 80 open-air screening of new Bulgarian movies, and we visited 15 neighborhoods in Sofia. And show more than 100 movies. The movies are more than the screenings, as we are showing not only full-length movies, but short movies as well. And for this period, or a little bit less, because we start with children's screenings a little bit later, we made 60 indoor screenings. Why we are doing it? We want to promote Bulgarian Bulgarian cinema, as we believe that it's telling stories that are close to people and are important to them. And we believe it's important people to watch not only the old classical Bulgarian movies that they all love, but to watch new Bulgarian cinema as well. Um, uh, our second main motive is what is the main topic about for this meeting, to move the cultural life outside of the city center, because for different reasons, I believe not only in Sofia but in maybe all other cities, most of the cultural life is in the city center, and this is how really large group of people are staying a little bit isolated because of one or another reason, cannot reach the city center, or it's busy, or whatever. Um, this is why we are making our events close to the people in those different neighborhoods. We want to create new functions. I'm sorry. We want to create new functions to neighborhood parks, cinema block spaces, and schoolyards. What do I mean? For example, you're living next to a school for all your life, and one night you're going back, one evening you're going back from work, and you see that in the schoolyard there is a cinema, and this thing is changing your perspective. You're seeing the schoolyard not only as a schoolyard, but a place where you can watch cinema, where you can meet art, where something is happening. Um, so this is important for us to provoke people, to bring them different emotions. Um, I was thinking that it's pretty important to say about our partnership with the Sofia municipality, as we are working together for 5 years since the beginning. The support and our partnership is in two ways. One is the financial support. Normally, we are part of the calendar with cultural events, and we have been funded by culture grant, and the other support is the logistic support. As our events are outside and different location, there is a lot of paperwork, a lot of permissions and approvals that we have to get. So it's pretty important, the support here from the municipality, and the fact that they are open and help a lot with that. For the financial support of our events, we have private sponsors as well. About our children's event, I told you we are showing Bulgarian featured film, Bulgarian documentaries, and Bulgarian animation. With the animation, we are showing animation for adults as well, but we have bigger focus on animation for children. Um, and we called our section for children animation Blok A. Um, we wanted to bring the modern Bulgarian animation close to the children, because not, I believe, not only Bulgarian children but all the children are watching a lot of animations, but Pixar, Disney, or on YouTube, but they don't know a lot about Bulgarian animation, and they're really interesting with their styles and their topics that are really close to the children. With this project in the beginning, we were thinking, okay, what we want to do, we want to reach as many children as possible. I mean, not only to organize a workshop somewhere and to expect 10 people or 20 attendees, we want to reach as many children as possible. Again, I will turn to Annie as the March of Books is doing. Um, in the addition, we wanted to show the children how a film is created, like to meet them in person, with a person who is creating real movies, because for them it's pretty interesting. They're like, even, can I touch you? You make this movie. I think it's quite interesting for them, those meetings. We developing our idea for Blok A and those special screening of Bulgarian animation and small workshops, meetings with animators, we were thinking what will be the best place for those screening. We chose schools because this is the place where children have spent most of their time. And this is how, as I mentioned, we wanted to reach as many children as possible, and this is how we can do it. In addition to that, in school, there is no need the parents to be proactive and or to pay some fees or use their free time, because I think that for some children, this is this is stopping them from visiting events because their parents are busy or something else. But when you're in place in the schools, this is not like this. I mean, all of the children are visiting and are part of the event. Um, Here it's important to say that we are working pretty closely with teachers and school authorities. Most of the time they are pretty open and helping us to do the events in the right way. Um, we focused on small close screening in schools. Most of the screenings are in remote neighborhoods or small villages near Sofia. As the March of the Books, we are trying to escape from the city center where there's a lot of events like this happening, and to go in different schools each year. Kino in action. For those years, maybe two, three, or four that we are making those screenings, we make 60. Here it's complicated to say how many children took part in the events, because sometimes a screening is in front of 100 children and another time it can be in front of 10. It really depends on each and every school, the capacity of the rooms and how many children are studying there. Because, for example, in a small villages near Sofia that we are going, the classes are smaller and we are making a screening in front of 10 children. And in big schools, the screening can be in front of 100, and then came another classes. And yeah, it really depends how many, it depends on the school, how many children will see the movies. We visited 30 school and show 10 Bulgarian animation. These are pictures from these animations. One of them, the snowy picture, is from a movie called Bangu Vasil. It's for the Gypsy New Year's, and it's for how children can get together even they are different. And this movie is really interesting, not only for the children but for the teachers. A lot of time they ask us, okay, can you give it to us, because we wanted to show it to older students, even if it's animation, but the topic is interesting. And yeah, this is how we continue this cooperation with the teachers. um, we managed to organize more than 30 workshops with animators. Here they are showing different techniques, they are showing their materials which they use to prepare the movie. As I mentioned, these screenings are free of charge for the schools and for the students that are taking part. So then we reached 2000 and we reached 2020. As all of us know, we have to change ourselves. We start talking about the new normal and different approaches. So as the March of the Book in the pandemic, it's maybe impossible to hold an event in schools, as most of the time schools are closed or the access to them is really limited. So we were thinking of a way to continue doing Blok A. So this is how we started Kino Kids. It's an online platform dedicated to Bulgarian animation. It's still under construction. We are still working on it. We start last autumn with teachers and tests and trying to find the best formula. So now in this platform, there are three sections. Cinema House, which is a section like a library of new Bulgarian animation, where children, teachers can watch Bulgarian animation free of charge. Then we have workshops. These workshops are suitable for children 7 to 10 years. They're 30 minutes long and consist of a short video of the animator. There is a task that the children has to do, an animation movie, and yeah, more or less this is how a workshop is held. And there is the Word of Animation section, which is place where are published articles about animation, different techniques and practices. Our target groups are teachers and parents. The workshops are organized that way, so the teacher can put them on a screen and all the class can watch them, then all the class can participate in the task. We hope that this platform will be will introduce animation to more children and more teachers, because it's important they to know the information as well. We are now making more workshops. About the future plans, we are hoping that soon maybe our live meetings will continue, but I believe that the platform will continue working as well. Here are it's my email address and the Blok Kino web pages and Facebook, where you can see more pictures and more materials. For instance, most of the materials are in Bulgarian, but for the next time we will translate them. And yeah, this is Blok Kino and what we are making. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer.
Adriana, that's astounding. Thank you so much. That's a fantastic presentation. A lot of information to take in there. Just whilst we're collecting our thoughts, do other cities have similar neighbourhood film programs that they're engaged with at the moment?
As far as I know, Plovdiv, the second biggest city in Bulgaria, has kind of this program, but it's different and it lasts just 1 year. We were thinking to go in different cities. We are always having this discussion. There are people writing us and inviting us to join them in their city, but I think no.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the access network, Valeria and Lennart and colleagues, do you have similar types of programs that you're using to animate your neighborhoods?
No, we do not have programs, well, like film programs, but I think it's a very good idea. So I will tell about it to my colleagues. Especially I like this idea about children's animation films.
Yeah, it's very strong, isn't it? I was really interested to know how you recruit your animators and what support you give them when they're working with schools.
How we recruit the animators, it depends which movies are showing. So because I mentioned that we show 10 movies each year, the movie is different. So we are connecting the animators. Some of them are shy and does not want it to go to speak with children. Others want. So it depends on the movie that are showing, the availability of the person. Itself, if it's possible to come or not, because the screenings in front of children, it's like most of the time we were making them in the autumn, in November, and they were during all the months, because we are going to different schools, and yeah, it can be complicated with the schedule.
Absolutely. Lennart, are you working in this kind of way?
No, but it's a brilliant idea, I think. I agree what Valeria said. Yeah. Excellent.
And is it connected to your national curriculum in any way?
Sorry.
Do you use the films? So are teachers using them as part of their curriculum?
No, till now, no. The thing about Bangu Vasil, this movie about the gypsy community that I've mentioned, it was something that happened, and it's like a beginning of a discussion, but most of the time not. It's like the screenings is during the school hours, but it's not connected with the school program.
Okay. And I wondered whether you work in partnership with Biljana in deciding which neighborhoods to go to?
No, for this we have the freedom. I mean, oh yeah, yeah. We are after the events and before the events, we are discussing the plan, but we really have the freedom to choose which are the neighborhoods we are open for suggestions. As on our Facebook page or on our web page, we open for suggestions from the school themselves because all the school are writing. A lot of parents are writing. Okay, can you visit the school of my child? So then we are connecting to the school and asking the principal and stuff like this. So we have the freedom, but everything is under discussion and yeah.
And is it a year-round program?
No, it's we made it for 3 years, and each year we are like each year we were funded from the Sofia municipality. So this is why I mentioned it's a long partnership.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And if you could wave a magic wand and imagine what you would like to have achieved or people would be telling you about your program in 2 years' time, what would you be hoping that they'd tell you?
So in Sofia there are around maybe Bilana can tell better, but I think around 100 schools. So we wanted to reach them all, but we are really a small team. In fact, our organization, so it can be hard, but reaching more schools, making live meetings, because I think live meeting is really better than our lovely online platform that we are creating now, which is great, but still live meetings are better. I wanted more children's reactions because it's really great when you see a child asking a question for a movie or asking the director, okay, why you decided that the grandma will be smaller than the kid in the movie itself. So I wanted to visit more schools to go outside of Sofia because in Bulgaria there is a great difference between Sofia and the small cities. So I believe it's important, as you asked about kind of similar events in smaller city. I really wanted to go to smaller cities because this is important, but it can be difficult to organize.
Sure, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Cliff, Karen and Christine, is there anything that you'd like to add to the conversation at this stage? You don't need to, but I'm just offering that. Thanks, Cliff. Brilliant. Okay, then in which case, I will say thank you very much to Adriana and Annie for those really fantastic presentations. Liliana, do you want to finish the session?
I also want to thank them very, very much for the presentations and of course for what they are doing. I want to answer Adriana's question. There are more than 185 schools in Sofia, so really there are many children who are waiting for them. And it's amazing that these organizations are not just working with children, but they are presenting really high level art to the children. And I think that this is very important, and that they are working, of course, with schools and kindergartens and neighborhoods around the city, not only in the center but in the periphery, and they are doing it in an amazing way. So thank you, and I really hope that we'll continue to work together, and that and I hope that they will help us in our project and in our small scale action, and we'll make it together. So thank you very much to all of you for the listening and for the participation today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing these case studies forward. They're really, really fantastic. Great stimulation for thinking in our own cities. And I hope when we come to visit Sofia, hopefully physically.
We hope so. It is planned on October, I think, and we really hope to welcome you here.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, unless there's anything else that anyone would like to share at this stage, I'd just like to flag that our next meeting is in, when is it? It's coming up in, I think, surely it can't be, it's September, beginning of September. We have the opportunity for Vilnius or Tallinn to take a case study, so you can fight it out between you. And I'll be back in touch, but in the meantime, I hope you have a really fantastic few months together. I hope your summer goes really well and that your new season is super successful, and I look forward to seeing everybody in various other meetings at another time. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.
See you.
See you, Valeria.
Bye, Claire.
Hi, Robert. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem.
Take care now.